Within Fairy Tail Chapter 510, we received one of the most monumental revelations that we've received in all of the years of Fairy Tail's existence. Of course, I'm speaking of the revelation of who Natsu and Zeref's parents are, a revelation that many of us have been waiting for the longest time now. Now, we didn't only receive information on this, however, we actually received information on many other topics that we've wanted information on within the Fairy Tail series for the longest time now. Before the revelation of Natsu and Zeref's parents actually took place within the chapter, though, we did actually see something pretty interesting that was left on a huge cliffhanger within the series. And of course, what I'm referring to is what was assumed to be the beginning of the end of Natsu's life. We saw the whole Nalu scene where Lucy's actually talking to Branch and all of them, and then we actually see her relieved that Natsu is alright. After this, though, we actually see Natsu start to let out this steamy-like substance out of his body, which is really peculiar, and according to Lucy as well, it causes Natsu's body to be cold to the touch. Following this, during the beginnings of the confrontation with Natsu and Zeref actually says he's going to fill Natsu in on his missing memories, because within a matter of minutes, Natsu will meet his inevitable death. With this, literally everyone and their mothers began going absolutely ballistic because their beloved Natsu is said to be at heaven's door right now. However, I don't think what Zeref actually said was meant to be interpreted in a literal sense, and I really doubt that Natsu will be dying here anytime soon. No, this is not because of the trope that no one ever dies in Fairy Tail. I personally just can't see Natsu's death taking place right here, right now. So at this point, as long as you're not living under a rock, you are aware of the fact that Natsu is the infamous demon END, Aetherius Natsu Dragneel. At this point, it's obvious as well, seeing as Natsu is just coming off of the revelation of the very minuscule END form that we were relieved, which as of now, I doubt was the full form of END, and would be kind of like, disappointing in a way if it is. Nevertheless, with this, I question if Natsu's supposed death that Zeref said is going to take place could somehow actually be related to END. What I think actually could happen instead of Natsu actually dying from this, I believe that he could actually lose conscious control over his body, and I guess for lack of a better term, lose his personality. Now, if this were to take place, I believe that END could actually make a return and take control over Natsu's body and actually begin to seek Zeref once again. Essentially, I really doubt that we'll actually see Natsu die within Fairy Tail anytime soon, but to say the very least, END was definitely stopped way too quickly within the series. So, I believe that's possible that END's return could follow maybe the release of Natsu's soul from his body or something. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I do believe that Natsu, instead of actually dying, will actually lose control of his body to the infamous END. I'm guessing that the steam actually coming out of Natsu's body right now could actually be some form of magic, maybe even the magic that of END, seeing as in a way it represents the steam-like substance that actually came out of Natsu's body when END initially appeared within the series. However, when it did initially appear, it was a different color than what we're seeing as of now, so I could definitely be wrong with this hypothesis. Nevertheless, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys liked anything that I said in this video, go and show your support with a like rating. It means a lot. And if you haven't already done so, go and subscribe. It means a lot to me if you do like my content. So I'll go and see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching this. Peace.